Good evening. Tonight, it's the granddaddy of them all. It's Utah and it's Penn State. It's going to be a really, really good game, and I'm ready for it.
How are you doing, Anthony?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good.
Oh, man.
So, what were your thoughts on Tulane and USC? Now, that was a heck of a game.
Well, okay, so Tulane did end up scoring the touchdown. So
Yeah.
I didn't see the end of the game. I was downstairs. I was actually talking about the game instead of watching it. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just saw like the last 5 minutes of the game, and I was very impressed by Tulane, their coaching staff, and USC's ability to screw up games. So.
Yeah. Okay, well, it seems like Chicago Sports Network is having technical difficulties. So yeah. Utah comes out of the tunnel. Okay, there we go. We good?
Yeah, I have no idea what happened. Absolutely no idea what happened. So I'm going to get the screen back up with the game on it, but yeah, I have no idea what happened. Okay, it should be setting up. There we go.
Penn State taking the field now. Oh man.
So, what are your thoughts going into this game? Who do you think is going to come away with the W?
Who's the favorite? Penn State?
Yeah, by one, but really it's a toss-up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm looking here. Whatever it factors, whatever happens, I mean, I'm looking here. Whatever it means, majority of the crowd is red. So I'll go Utah. I mean, it's a toss-up. I'm going by the crowd, and
Okay.
that's it. I'm
I
gonna
think
step away for 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, I think that Utah is the better team in this matchup. I'm not a big fan of Penn State. I don't think that they played anybody all year, in the sense that I guess they haven't beaten anybody, is what I really should say. Auburn, obviously not the win that a lot of people thought it was going to be. A lot of time, like Ohio State, not a great game from Penn State. They played them decently, but Ohio State ran away with the game at the end. And yeah, you just didn't have a lot of good play from Penn State throughout the season. Ohio State and Michigan, they're two big matchups, and they really quite fell flat for a lot of people. So it is going to be an interesting matchup. Make sure that you guys stay tuned all throughout the game in order to catch it. Sorgy Stories should be here for a lot of commentary. I'll be in and out with some of the commentary, so make sure that you're here for it. It's great to have all of you guys so far. Let's see here. I'm just getting a couple things set up. So if you want to put in the comment section, who do you think is going to get the W? Do you think it's Penn State or do you think it's Utah? What do you think the game score will be? So make sure that you guys stay tuned.
I'm still here. I'm just doing something quick. Okay, folks. Now 3rd and 7 for Penn State. Penn State number 11 in the country. They're 10-2. Utah number 8 in the nation. They are 10-3. 13:45 here. Clifford in shotgun. 3 receivers to his right, none to his left. 1 in the backfield. Clifford now calls an audible. Tight end lined up to his left. He's scrambling and he's sacked. Fourth down, and Penn State's going to have to punt. Good pass rush there by the Utes of Utah. Yeah, make sure to leave a comment in here. 4th and 11 at their own 22, and Penn State's going to punt. Punt all the way to the 37 of Utah, where they call fair catch. 1st and 10 Utes. A beautiful day. It seems like a little cloudy in Pasadena. Always a great place. Stadium mostly filled with red. A little bit of white there in one quarter. Doesn't shock you, at least doesn't shock me, although Penn State does have a passionate fan base. Rising, moving quick. Hands it off. Gets a couple yards. 3 to be exact. On the season, Cam Rising, 66% completion percentage, almost 3,000 yards, 25 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and some rushing touchdowns as well. For watching, good to have you all in here. You're going to hear some feedback for a quick second, and then we'll get that all fixed up for you. For watching, good to have you. There we go. Make sure to hit that like button, everyone. 3 likes, 10 watching now. Keep views in. I'm Anthony from the YouTube channel Sorgy Stories here. Your host, Chicago Sports Network, is going to be in and out. 3rd and 8. Rising and shotgun, one back to his right. Throws deep, incomplete, overthrew the receiver. Good D, though, by Penn State as well. So, another punt here, 4th and 8. Ball's at the 39 punt. Deep, a really good one, all the way back to the 10. Fair catch seemed to be called there at the 10. With 11:24 left, it's going to be 1st down. Nittany Lions. So 2 drives in less than 4 minutes, both not resulting in anything. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so CSN, can you make a very quick poll asking who the teams are? So 11 of you watching. Glad to have you all here. So yeah, I am going to take a very quick break. Grab something quick. And as now we're seeing the parade of roses. But yeah. Okay, 1st and 10 here. Huge run all the way out to the 25. Okay, 2nd and 10 now. After incompletion or something. Clifford shotgun, 3 receivers to his right. He runs it. Gets a few yards. Okay, 3rd down. 3rd and 5. Make sure to leave a comment if you haven't yet as well. Clifford looks, throws, and it's going to be 4th and 2. Eight of you watching, keep coming through here. We got 10 likes. That's pretty good so far. And as you can see on the screen, we're trying to reach 850 subscribers by the end of the month. Make that happen. 4th and 1. Penn State's going to punt. From their own 35. Punt all the way back to the 15. It goes out of bounds there. Of Utah. So about an 85-yard drive for the Utes coming. Weather today in Pasadena, if it makes a difference at all, we've got 53 and cloudy. It's 2 p.m. there. Precipitation, not much of it. It is supposed to rain, though, here by 5 p.m. that time. And obviously, the game started at 2, so towards the end of the game, we could see some downpours, or at least a little bit of rain. Love football in the rain. Makes it fun. Okay, let's see here very quickly. Oh, man. Okay, so it seems like the stream's doing alright. Here, as we have 9 watching. $11 watching now. Oh, man. So we haven't gotten any comments so far in here, so to the 8 of you watching, comment who you think is going to win, who your team is, all that kind of stuff. 5:25 here at the Sorgi Sports Desk in Philadelphia. Anthony Sorgi joining you here. So, yeah. And we're seeing here the Lori's Beef Bowl, where the teams compete to see who can have the most meat, I think it is, something like that. We're seeing the Utah band currently performing. And here we go. We are back. The Utes coming on the field, led by quarterback Cam Rising. 13 of you watching now here. 1st and 10. Under center, there goes Rising. He scrambles now to a fake to the running back. He goes, that's at the 30, and he's out to the 32-yard line. 8:50 left. Who's going to win? I'm going to go Penn State here. But we do have poll up now. Make sure to interact with it. 8:32 now. 1st and 10 for the Utes. Under center is Rising. He goes to the running back. Fakes it to one running back and goes to the other, it looks like. And he'll get a few yards. It's going to be a 2nd and 3 probably. We're going to be with you here all evening. Probably will take a break at halftime. I can only assume, at least I will be. But yeah, 2nd and 5 here. Rising in shotgun. Got it back in the backfield now. He goes. That back is all the way out to midfield at the 48, we'll say. It seems like it's around there. Good block there. Good blocking. 51 on the Utah O-line. Seems like we've lost connection to the Chicago Sports Network studios again. This is actually what I'll do very quickly. Bear with us here. Since it seems like down there in South Carolina, they're having some problems with the studio. So I'm going to quickly kind of make something here. Do something here. I think I have something saved that I might be able to work with. There we go. We'll probably have the ESPN scoreboard back up here in a minute or two. We apologize. Bear with us, everyone. Bear with us. The 11 of you watching, 11 likes. Doing pretty well there. We'll say 50 likes on the stream. That would be nice. Looks like we got some fullback action in there for Utah. And it's going to be a flag on the play. And we're just going to share the ESPN screen here. Okay, we've got it back up here. Okay, 5:57 and counting left here in the first quarter. 1st and 15 for the Utes after the penalty was on them. About a fourth of the crowd. Penn State, I would say. 3/4 Utah. It's going to be a run play there for about 2 yards. 2nd down. 5:30 left and counting here. Okay, 2nd and 13 now. For the Utes. Rising gets the ball snapped to him. He's looking deep. Does he have his man? No, it's intercepted. Penn State intercepts it. It is number 4. And I'm going to tell you who that is very quickly here if I can get it. That is going to be I don't have the sound on, so I don't know who it is. Let me get that very quickly. $18, if you're watching, stay with us. We're going to be here all evening with you. Number 4, that's Kalen King, the sophomore, 5'11", 180 pounds, out of Detroit. So Sean Clifford and his offense will take over now after that interception. So, yeah. Currently 5 votes in the poll. 60% Utah, 40% Penn State. It's a scoreless game. We're under 5 minutes now. So, yeah. As you can see on the ESPN Gamecast here, Utah 55.6% chance of winning. And yeah. So to the 15 of you here, hope you're having a great evening. Make sure to drop your comments here. And yeah. Okay. So we're here at the break, and we're just going to be here through the rest of the game. We will be right back after the break here on Chicago Sports Network. Okay, we're back. And looks like it's going to be raining around the third quarter. They just showed it on ESPN. Clifford is just going to hand the ball off for a loss of 1. $16 of you watching. Make sure to leave a comment, drop a like, and vote on the poll. Check out the website. If you look up Chicago Sports Network on whatever, I think on Spotify, you should be able to get it. Here, I'm just gonna stick that link here in the chat. So there goes Clifford, little fake to the running back, and he's gonna throw right to the running back, actually. So there is the podcast. Let's put that in the chat. Okay, 3rd and 3. Clifford shotgun. He's got a back right next to him. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Calls for it. Whoops. Throws around midfield to number 44 there. Oh, Clifford, quick snap there. Deep ball overthrown. He targeted Number 5, Cam Miller. Mitchell Tinsley. The wide receiver, senior, redshirt looks like. I'm going to very quickly grab the Utah roster as well here. Penn State's going to run it again, and they're going to get 10 yards and more, 15-plus yards there for the Nittany Lions. Number 13, their running back, Catron Allen, the freshman out of Norfolk, Virginia, from IMG Academy. And they're going to run right back to him this time, though, for a loss of 1. Number 21 there with the stop for Utah. And that is going to be who here? That's going to be Kareem Reed with the stop there. Okay, Clifford, 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers. Scrambling, looks, throws to the running back, Catron Allen again. 3rd and 5 or so, I can expect it to be. And the Penn State cheer squad in the corner there, that is Penn State dominated. Okay, 3rd and 7. Clifford with 5 receivers. He calls one to come up to him. And he's going to act as a back there. And Clifford goes under center, makes a quick audible. Number 5 goes across. 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Clifford throws to midfield. Number 84 there, the tight end in the red zone. Theo Johnson, the sophomore from Windsor, Ontario, coming up big. Clifford, 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right, 1 running back. He throws, end zone, touch, no, incomplete, plus the flag. Vaughn there. It's going to be Zemiah Vaughn on the stop, the sophomore. Offside on the defense, so they had a free play, didn't take advantage. And look, huge, wide open space over the middle deep, and Penn State takes advantage. You saw Clifford audible there. He did not get a foot in on the touchdown, though. So 1st and 5 from the 8. Clifford, 2 receivers, 1 on each side. Tight end moves over, 1 back, and he's just going to run it to Catron Allen. Loss of 1. It's funny watching. We're going to continue to give you play-by-play of this game. The Rose Bowl game presented by Prudential. And yeah. So 2nd and 6 now. 2 receivers to Clifford's right, 1 to his left, 1 in the backfield, 1 running back there, and Clifford audibles, has 1 receiver move a little bit, goes, throws, end zone, incomplete. And there's a flag. You can only assume that it's defensive pass interference on Zemiah Vaughn. Refs discussing. James Franklin looks confused. Oh, they're going to call holding on the offense and defensive pass interference on the defense, so those are going to cancel out. 2nd and 5. 20 watching still. Make sure to leave a comment if you haven't yet. And now 6 voting, 50-50 now. Someone voted Utah. Clifford throws. Gets a few yards. It's going to be 3rd and 4, probably. Okay, so if you hear background noise, someone here in the storage house is talking on the phone. So that's what that is. I'm going to very quickly do something before I turn on my camera. I'm going to get my lighting on here at the Zorky Sports Desk. 3rd and 2 now for Penn State. Looks like they're going to run the ball. They have 3 running backs. And they will, and touchdown! Number 10, Nicholas Singleton, the freshman from Chillington, BA. 6'0", 6 foot, 233 pounds. No, my bad. 6 foot, 219 pounds. Went to Governor Mifflin High School. Beautiful blocking job. And Penn State looks like they're going to take a 7-0 lead if they can hit this PAT. And they do. So we're going to do something very quickly here. Let's see, that's slightly better. We'll work with it. Okay. So 17 watching, 7 votes now. Penn State up 57-43 in the ball. 7-0 Nittany Lions. Utah will take over here as we head to the second quarter. When we do hit the second quarter, we will be taking a break here on Chicago Sports Network, presented by our Redbirds 2015 .wixsite.com/Chicago Sports. So here at the break that we're about to head to, as you can see, Singleton comes up big there with the run. Great blocking by Penn State. And yeah. We will be back here in a minute, folks. Can you hear me now? Mitchell, can you hear me now? I left for a quick second. I was on mute. Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, I know. I was just getting a couple things. Turn the heater on in here and grab some blankets because it's chilly. But yeah, so 14:55 here left in the second quarter. Mitchell, how you doing tonight, man? Good to see you in here. 1st and 10 for the Utes. Rising and Jack on one back. Throws to the only receiver who was left there for a gain of about 8. 14:50 and counting left here. 2nd and 3. Mitchell says, all right, dude, just chilling in Arkansas. You a first-time viewer? You a regular here? I've been here for most of the streams. I don't know if I've seen you around. If you're new, welcome in. I'm not the host here. I'm just kind of filling in. As our host is kind of going to be in and out tonight. I run my own YouTube channel. That's called Soldier Stories. But, yeah, so 3rd and 2 now for the Utes. Under 14 minutes left. Rising with 2 receivers and a tight end to his left. Back in the backfield, he's just going to hand it off for about 2 yards. It's going to, or for 1 yard, 4th and 1 probably here. Jackson there running it for Utah. $13:20 and counting. If you're just joining us, it's the 11th best team in the country, Penn State, 10-2 against the 8th best team in the country, Utah, 10-3. All right, good, yeah. Well, these guys over here, they do great content. Rising shotgun, he's going to run it himself for the first down into Penn State territory. And it looks like who's that going to be? Number 3, Johnny Dixon, the junior out of Tampa, is coming out of the game. He's walking fine and everything. Just seems like there's something a little bit wrong. As the ref's talking to the Penn State defensive line about something. All right, CSN. Appreciate the compliment. So here we go. Oh, we got a flag. Who's it going to be on? Teams, the Utah signals that it's on Penn State. Penn State signals that it's on Utah. The ref's right in the middle of the Utah huddle. And it's going to be on the defense. If you're rooting for the Utes, this is going to help. Offsides penalty. I forgot to mention, by the way, Utah in the Utah's got red helmet, red jersey, white pants. Penn State with the all-white look. Rising in shotgun, hands it off. He'll get a few yards, and it'll be 2nd and 4. 2nd and 1, my bad. Rising, hold on. Ref's talking about something. We will be back here in a minute on Chicago Sports Network.
Hey everyone, hope everyone is doing well here. I am back and here to talk a little bit. I think Anthony will be joining us soon. Thank you everyone for joining us. Make sure that you like the video down below and subscribe to Stat Sheet Sports, Sorky Stories, and my channel as well. Make sure that you hit that notification bell. Please help me get to we are so close. We are closing in on it. 770 subscribers, 4 away. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button right now. 4 more subscribers. I know not everybody subscribes, so help me out. Just cost you absolutely nothing. It's completely free. As we will get back to the Rose Bowl coverage very soon, as Utah has the ball at first and goal at the Penn State. Are you able to hear me, guys? If you could put in the comment section whether you're able to hear me. I have one person saying that there's no audio. Okay, so it's back on. Okay, good. Just let me know. It should continue to work, but let me know if it doesn't. So make sure that you put your comments and your questions in the comment section as well. So let me know what you guys think of the game so far, or any of the games. Tulane and USC, a great matchup. You had a lot of great matchups going on as Utah has the ball at the 1 yard line. Thank you guys for letting me know about the audio. That's always sometimes a struggle with doing live videos, just making sure the audio is always good. So make sure you hit that like button down below. I know that not everybody has. Since, well, there's 32 people watching and only about 20 likes. Another thing, make sure that you check out the website. I have a website. I'll be honest, there's not too much coverage up there compared to what it has been, but it is getting to more coverage in the offseason, especially with mock drafts. So if you're looking forward to a mock draft, put what team you want me to do as a mock draft in there, and I will go ahead and do that. So right now on request, we have the Dallas Cowboys, and we'll have another Chicago Bears mock draft coming out soon, and a San Francisco Niners one following as well. Remember to make sure that you hit that subscribe button and check out Sorgy Stories as well as Stat Sheet Sports. So Anthony should be joining us soon now as Utah gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Utes. So a great drive there from Utah as Utah gets back in it to tie it up. Utah in the Rose Bowl for the second time. Sorry, guys. For the second time in the past 2 years, had the Rose Bowl appearance last year as they gave up that crazy game to Jackson Smith-Njigba, who just had his coming out party. A player that, well, as we're talking about the draft, has a high draft stock, but has had a little bit of a hard time in the this year with the injury. Obviously, extremely unfortunate. Never, ever wish an injury on anybody. So extremely unfortunate to have that, hoping that he'll be all ready for the draft process, as I think he should be ready to go. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you like the video if you enjoy it as well, or check out the website as Utah is about to kick the ball off. So just wait. Mostly I'm just waiting for Sorgy Stories to join us back here. Let us know how he is doing. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and like button as always. So it is all tied up here in the Rose Bowl, 7-7. So as we continue coverage here on CSN. Hey, make sure that you put your comments, your questions in the comments section. Hope everyone had a great New Year's. It has definitely been a busy day for me. I had school today, so got back and started on this. So in high school still, so have that, even though it was a holiday and there were bowl games on. So I was very disappointed to miss some of the USC Tulane matchup, which ended up to be a really, really, really good matchup. So make sure that you continue to put your comments in there and stuff like that. So 1 second, I will be right back after a quick commercial break. Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. We are back here with some more coverage of the Rose Bowl here. So make sure that you are subscribed. Great to have a couple of new subscribers as well. So make sure that you're subscribed and ready for all this new content coming at you. Make sure that you check out Sorgy Stories and Stat Sheet Sports as well, as Penn State just scored a touchdown to go up 14-7. With 4 minutes and 44 seconds left, Utah will get the ball back. Or no, I'm sorry. There's less time than that. I'm sorry. There's 4 minutes and 4 seconds left. So, what do you guys think? We have about 10 votes in, and we are tied. Penn State, okay, we have a couple more people joining in. Make sure that you hit the poll to your right. We will have, it is 55-45. Penn State is up. Okay, let me know if the sound is coming through better now, if you're able to hear me. If you're not able to hear me, let me know in the comments how that is going. Just let me know whether you're able to hear or not. Okay. So, let's see here. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, that was previous comment. Either way, we are at 18 votes, and it is all tied up 50-50. So we are going to continue our coverage with Penn State. Make sure that you like this video. Hey, there are 45 people here and only 20 likes. Let's get to 25 likes. 5 people that haven't liked the video, go ahead and like it. Cost you absolutely nothing. It is completely free. Make sure that you go ahead and hit that like button as Utah gets into the red zone. It is 3rd and a little bit less than 1. So 3rd and a little bit less than 1. We have 28 votes now, 29. Penn State has a little bit of a lead there. Make sure that you're putting your votes in here. Hey, we're 4 likes away. 4 likes away from 25. Go ahead and hit that like button, 110% free. Like I said, Utah has the ball 3rd in inches as Utah motions to the left side with a couple of players there. Great spin move from Tavon Thomas as Tavon Thomas breaking tackles. Touchdown Utes. It is 13-14 Utah as they are about to tack on the extra point. Great play from the Utes as they drove down the field. So make sure that you put your comments in the comment section as Anthony breaks the very sad story. Art McNally, the first on-field ref to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, has passed away at the age of 97. Well, we will definitely send out our prayers to his family as they are dealing with the loss of a loved one. So make sure that you add in your votes. Penn State, Utah, 31 votes in. Penn State up 55% to 45%. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Is it going to be Penn State with the victory, or is it the Utes that just tied it up going to come home with the victory? My personal opinion is Utah. So what are you guys thinking there? Also, make sure that you like this video. Hey, we're 2 likes away. There's 40 people here. 2 likes cost you absolutely nothing. It'd be much appreciated if you just hit that like button. It helps the channel out. It helps this video grow, and it does a big service to us. So, hey, 2 likes. Hey, first, last here, we are Penn State. Make sure that you put your voice heard. Make sure you make your voice heard by voting for Penn State if you're a Penn State fan. We are 1 like away from 25. Remember, 1 like away. Make sure that you also hit that subscribe button. Costs you, again, absolutely nothing. Also hit the notification bell while you're at it, as that will help anybody out that is wanting to continue being a subscriber here. So make sure they continue with that.
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Hey, do we have Anthony back here?
I'm right here.
Okay.
first last. No, it's We Are Marquette. Just want to put that out there.
Okay. So,
I think we had the slogan first. I could be wrong.
Notification bell while you're at it, as that will help anybody out that is wanting. I think my YouTube was being odd. So, like we said, we will continue on with our broadcasting here of the Rose Bowl from the Chicago Sports Network studios in South Carolina and Sorgy Sports studios in Philadelphia. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button. We passed that 25 like mark. Our goal for this was 50 likes, so help us reach that goal of 50 likes. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button as we close in on my goal of 850 subscribers. Be much appreciated if you help me. I think we're closing in on 770. So not an unreasonable goal, and it's definitely closing in. So it is much appreciated for each and every single person that does do so by hitting that. Make sure that you're subscribed, like, and check out the website if you have not already.
Yeah.
So we're about to get back. We will be right back in a second.
Yeah, huge shout out to Ballard Sports Media. He actually shared the link to the channel in his stream that he's doing. I happened to go into his stream at the same time that he came over here. First, last, glad to have you in here as well as everyone else watching. Make sure to leave a comment if you haven't yet. All 49 of you. Got a big drive here coming for Penn State. This game's all tied at 14. Sean Clifford, the senior, will lead the Nittany Lions. They need 89 yards to the end zone. Shotgun, one receiver. Oh, he's going to go with a little jet sweep action for about 3 yards. I was going to say that the receiver is going to be in motion heading to the right, but couldn't get that far. One thing I do want to say about the as we do have a play here, Clifford sacked. I did want to touch, though, we do have some kind of rumors, news going around. Apparently, Jim Harbaugh could be taking an NFL job, and the Broncos are interested in him. So, Big Ten fans, thought I'd let everyone know about that. That's from The Athletic. You can do your own research on details there. Number 58 there with the sack. So, Penn State, 3rd and 10. Clifford and shotgun. 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. No backs in the backfield. He now goes under center. Audibles. Defense makes some changes. Under pressure, throws over the middle, complete. All the way out to their own 37-38. 55 now watching. This is Anthony from Sorgy Stories joining you from the Sorgy Sports Desk in Philly. Clifford looking, throwing on 1st and 10, incomplete, bobbled by number 10. Let me pull up the rosters here for both teams again. Everyone knows Sean Clifford, unless you haven't paid attention to college football much this year, and if you haven't, that's okay. We're going to be telling you who's who on each side. We got Utah and Penn State, as you can see on the screen playing. 2nd and 10. Clifford, audibles. He's in shotgun, one back, 2 receivers on each side. Calls for it, gets it. Under pressure, sacked. It's going to be a loss of about 7.
Okay, so I'm back. Of course, it's right before halftime, but better late than never.
Oh, yeah, I've just been giving commentary. Play by play.
So.
Can you hear me okay?
So. Huh?
Can
What'd
you
you
hear
say?
me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, yep.
All right, cool.
So let's see here. My computer doesn't like me running so many tabs, so it tends to be a little bit slow.
Oh, man.
Okay. Oh, we're at 37 votes. So, Utah fans, if we got any Utah fans here, make sure that you put your votes in. Utah's down at Penn State 43-57. So, make sure you get some votes. Hey, we have 51 people here. That means some people haven't voted. We have 57 people here. Make sure that you
That's right.
subscribe to both Sorgy Stories and Chicago Sports Network and check out the poll. So,
Yeah. I don't know if you heard it. I said that Ballard Sports Media, who's in here a minute ago, he just found you and he actually shouted you out in his chat because I'm a subscriber of his, and he said it showed up on his recommended, and we ended up showing up in each other's chats simultaneously. So yeah,
okay.
he
Nice.
gave the channel a big shout out too.
Awesome. Great to have all of it. Make sure that, hey, if you haven't subscribed and you have subscribed to my channel, make sure that you subscribe to Media shout out. Make sure that you go check out there because he has a YouTube channel that he does sports related stuff, right?
Yeah, he's college football. I think he has like 700 subs.
Okay, yeah, definitely. So, what are your thoughts on the first half so far as we kind of get to close to the second half, or
It's been a good
close into
game.
the first half?
It's been a good game. Competitive, and I think we expect to see the same thing in the second half. Um, I have to say, this is kind of interesting. The first time that
Definitely.
they've played the Rose Bowl and then Monday Night Football back to back. That's pretty interesting.
That is crazy.
Same network too.
Yeah, it. Oh yeah, yeah. But it definitely it should be interesting. The crowd is split pretty 50-50, I think, from the shots that
No,
I was seeing.
I'm
So
seeing like one corner of the stadium I'm seeing like probably 65-70% Utah.
okay, yeah,
It
I've
seems
seen
like
some
it's
shots, but okay. Hey, I'm one subscriber away. Who's going to be that 775th subscriber? I'm one away from that. So,
Do you have an
so
alternate account that you don't use much? Subscribe on that.
yeah. So, what were your thoughts on the? I know this isn't college football related. But what were your thoughts on the Packers game yesterday? Obviously, a good game for you guys.
Great game. Aaron Rodgers still not performing as well as I want him to. Um, Special teams and defense came up big. Rich Bisaccia has done an amazing job with the special teams this year. Joe Barry, I still think he needs to be fired, but a huge game on Sunday night for the Packers against the Lions.
Most definitely. Yeah, the Lions need a little bit of help to get in the playoffs, and the Packers are a win and they're in. So
Exactly.
definitely a big game for both teams. The Lions need the Seahawks to get a loss, and the Packers just need to get a win.
Yeah, and the other thing is, when you think about it, huge storyline in this game is this Aaron Rodgers' last home game in Green Bay. Who knows what happens in the future, whether they move on to Jordan Love or they continue with Rodgers. Um, it'll be interesting to see that aspect of it as well.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on the Lions matchup this weekend? I could not think of the, the Lions for the life of me.
Oh man, well, Lions are a really good football team.
Oh yeah,
I
I can tell you that as a Bears fan after watching yesterday. Yeah, they're a good football
yeah.
team.
So I think that they can They can win.
They
I
can definitely
don't.
score points.
They can, and they beat the Packers earlier this year. I really don't know what to expect. I mean, if the Packers played like they did against Minnesota, I think that they're gonna win. But this is the Green Bay Packers in 2022. You never know what you're gonna get. Really, 2023 now, but the 2022
Yeah,
season, you,
I
you
get what you're
don't
saying.
you don't know what you're gonna see with them.
Yeah.
So inconsistent. They have been playing well. 4 straight wins since that Eagles game when they almost beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
But I think that this Packers team, when you look at it, I mean, we're still uncertain about the NFC playoff picture because you have 4 teams that potentially could have the 1 seed, being Philadelphia, Minnesota, San Francisco, and Dallas. So who knows what 1 through 5 are going to look like. Obviously, we know that Tampa's the 4, but if the Packers want to go any farther than making the playoffs, they're going to have a good matchup. That's
I
what
do
I'm
want to say this. It was they just showed a catch from, well, it wasn't a catch, but it was a great effort by the Utah wide receiver. So I just wanted
Oh
to
yeah,
point out that a
yeah.
great extended try. Obviously, it was in vain, but it was a great effort. So Cameron Rising drops back with about 13 seconds left, throws it up to Dalton Kincaid, his tight end, as it's incomplete, 3rd and 10 for the Utah Utes. Sorry to interrupt our NFL talk, but speaking of some NFL talk, what do you think about Dalton Kincaid as a possible, maybe like tight end for the Packers? Do you think that he is a possible target for the Packers?
He's been a guy I've had in the mock drafts for Green Bay. He's a good tight end. I think that he can produce well. Outside of Michael Mayer, I feel like, Darnell Washington hasn't put up the stats that Kincaid has as we now reach the half. So I think that it'll be interesting. I think we could see Kincaid in Green Bay with Robert Tonyan being a free agent.
Yeah, it definitely will be interesting. As Cameron Rising was trying to get the referee to call a face mask there. Never grabbed the face mask, but definitely was pulling his head around. So I'm sure Cameron Rising was not happy about that one.
Yeah, well, I have a question. Did you see earlier? Um, did you see when I think it was a Utah player that went over to the Penn State sideline, and the Penn State player absolutely just threw the heck out of his towel that he went over to get?
No, I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, so I didn't actually get to touch on that at all, but I saw it and I'm like, wow, that's the only I think unsportsmanlike conduct that's had um here. And so far in the chat, so we've had a Alabama fan, we've had a Penn State fan, and now Donovan B rooting for the Utes, and he's got a profile. His profile is the Jazz's jerseys, which are awesome, by the way.
Oh
So
yeah,
Donovan,
definitely.
all good in.
Yeah, make sure that Donovan, make sure you get your friends in here to vote on the poll. Who do you think's going to win? Utah's down a little bit there, 46-54. So you might want to get some buddies there to go vote for your Utes.
Yeah. Who is and I'll ask this to you correctly, who's your favorite player in this game? Like just as a player. Not it
Favorite?
could be draft or just draft wise or just like favorite and just like yeah.
My favorite would probably be Cameron Rising. Thought he
Yeah.
was a really interesting quarterback. Had a really interesting year last year. A little bit disappointing for the Utes. Definitely a team that had a good season, but most people were expecting even more from them, like playoff contention to a degree. Like I
Oh yeah.
was. I had them actually in my playoff prediction. I had them as the 4 seed. So I was very disappointed in the season that Utah had, in a sense. Like they had a great season. They went 10-3, won the Pac-12, could win the Rose Bowl and finish in the top. It could finish like 6th or 7th in the rankings. But I don't know. It was a good season. But if you didn't lose to Florida, we could be talking about a team playing Georgia in the playoff rather than a team playing in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll ask um another question now that we're talking about the playoff, and I think this is a good halftime topic. Um, like just insanely early, as I call it, the way too early, playoff. Like, who do you think's in the playoff next year?
Next year, playoff teams. Oof. Like there is just so much that's going to happen. So I'm just going to preface everything that
Yeah,
I say with
exactly.
that. I'm just gonna. Everything is prefaced with it is incredibly early. I have
It
it.
is.
I have no idea. But my playoff teams next year would be Georgia until proven otherwise. They are the best team in college football. I have no idea what they have quarterback next year because I think Stetson is done eligibility wise.
Yeah, he is.
So I have no idea what quarterback will be next year for him. Obviously, talent wise, it should improve. Like nothing, no respect to Stetson Bennett, or no disrespect, but not exactly the most talented quarterback in the world. Has been one of the most efficient, but not one of the
Yeah,
most talented.
that's for
Um,
sure.
so Georgia for sure. Outside of that, there are no guarantees. I'd probably take both Georgia and Alabama.
Okay.
Um, I would say outside of that, like I don't know, like Kansas State loses a lot, TCU will lose a lot. Notre Dame will get a quarterback in Sam Hartman, but they lose Michael Mayer, Isaiah Foskey, Brandon Joseph. Clemson is a complete unknown.
Mhm.
Florida State would be my dark horse pick. I think if
What's that?
Florida State plays well, they can get a win over an SEC team in Florida who should be better next year. Um, I would say Utah is in the discussion. I have absolutely no idea if Cameron Rising is able to come back, but Utah, uh, Kyle Whittingham is one of the most underrated coaches in college football, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Southern Cal with Caleb Williams. Like Caleb Williams is one of the most electric players in college football. Automatically, like if I had to pick 4 teams, I'm talking this out longer because I can't think of 4 teams really. I can't
I
narrow it
know.
down. But if I have to pick Georgia, Alabama, Southern Cal, and it's bold, but I'm going to go Notre Dame.
Okay.
Maybe not Notre. Maybe I don't know. Okay, I'll say this: Michigan or Ohio State. Michigan or Ohio State.
Yeah.
Whoever wins that matchup. I would lean towards Ohio State, but Ohio State doesn't have a quarterback next year. At least they won't have Stroud.
I have a question because I'm not sure on this. Who is what's Tennessee losing other than Hooker and Hyatt?
They lose Hooker, Hyatt, Tillman. They lose. I do they lose their running back?
I think they do. So essentially, their whole offense.
Yeah, but here's the thing I'll say: Joe Milton really impressed me during that Orange Bowl.
Yeah,
I
but
know he had a lot,
he's out of
huh?
eligibility. He's
Joe
done.
Milton.
He's yeah.
Why would he stay at Tennessee?
Joe Milton. If I
I, I'm look,
he's a senior,
I'm looking
unless
at
he
his eligibility.
yeah.
Okay, Joe Milton does have one more year of
Okay, he
eligibility.
does. I forgot about
because yes, he has the COVID year. So he is a senior, but he could be the super senior. So also Tennessee will have the 5-star freshman quarterback in Nico something. I'm not even going to try to say that last name. If anybody doesn't know me, I'm absolutely terrible at pronunciation. But they have him coming in, so they lose a lot of their offense. But I think that I think that they've done a good job recruiting. So you go ahead and say your one quick thing I'm going to say. We're one like away from 30. Go ahead. We have 53 people here. I know somebody hasn't hit the like button. Go ahead, like it. Let's get it to 30. Go ahead, Anthony, with your playoff teams.
Georgia, ASEC team, whether that's Tennessee or Alabama. And then I'm going to go either Michigan or Ohio State as the other one. And last, I'm debating between Utah, USC, and maybe Florida State. But I'm going to roll with USC.
Yeah. I can definitely go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the point that I was just going to say is that I think USC, I think they're a good pick, and I think Caleb Williams automatically makes him a playoff contender no matter what happens in the offseason as long as he doesn't get injured.
Yeah. On a different note, I've talked about this earlier, and I want your take on it. If Jim Harbaugh goes to the NFL, which the Athletic says that if he gets offered, it's a done deal. If he does go to the NFL, who is the next head coach at Michigan?
I'll be honest, I have absolutely no idea.
Okay.
I don't know that much about Michigan's program, at least on like the assistant coach level, like who their assistant coaches are, other than I know their D-line coach is Mike Elston. I would say my personal opinion would be, let me go. I'm kind of going around the map here, thinking about who could be possible. If you guys have a thought, put it in the comment section. Tell us who you think could be the next Michigan head coach if Jim Harbaugh were to leave. Though the only problem I see with that is where does Jim Harbaugh go? Like,
multiple teams have openings right now.
Yeah, well, it was a kind of rhetorical question, kind of not. Like, do you have a team that you think he would go to?
He did play for the Colts, and they're going to have an open position.
That's true. The Colts, the Texans will have whatever quarterback they want. And I don't know. The Broncos definitely. If you just change around the offense, the defense is still really good.
Yeah.
Michigan's head coach. I could see Sonny Dykes in the running from TCU.
That was one of my guys.
Say again?
I said that was one of my guys. I have one other I'm going to throw at you.
Go ahead.
Lincoln Riley's out of the question, I think, because he's going to USC's going to the Big Ten.
Correct.
What about Kyle Whittingham?
I would be shocked if he leaves Utah. I'd be absolutely shocked.
It's a step up.
Oh, it's most definitely a step up, and I think he would be a great coach, but I don't know. That would be a tough one. Man, Utah fans, I'm sure, are not going to be happy with us. Yeah, that is definitely. Yeah, I'd be absolutely shocked if Kyle Whittingham went to the maybe PJ Fleck. Minnesota's been good.
I heard that name.
Okay, here's the wild card.
Okay.
All right, here's a wild card. I'll add this name and then I'll let you finish what you're saying. Brett Bielema of Illinois.
Okay. So this is what I'm going to say about Fleck. Under the radar, and then I'll have one other comment after. Under the radar, no one's really heard about this, I think. Fleck has let some stuff slide in that program among his players. And if I'm Michigan, I don't know if I want him there. Because he's made some questionable moral decisions as the head coach, letting players steal things, and even worse in some cases.
Yeah.
And then, second thought, if Cliff Kingsbury gets fired by Arizona, which obviously he's on the hot seat, shout out to Ty Guy, friend of Sorgy Stories. Him and Joey Foster run a YouTube channel called College Football News Hour, and he's an Alabama guy, and he says that he has been told that Alabama has offered Kingsbury $2.5 million to be their offensive coordinator if he gets fired. Does Michigan go for him? Does Michigan try to go for him?
Cliff?
Yeah.
If I'm Michigan, if I'm a Notre Dame fan, yes, please take that job, Cliff Kingsbury. If I'm a Michigan fan, please stay as far away from our program as possible. I think as an OC, he's a good choice, but as a head coach, he's been nothing but mediocre. Like at Texas Tech, he was mediocre. At Arizona, he's been mediocre. Like, I don't know why you would want him.
I thought he was good at Texas Tech.
Well, he never had much more than an 8-win season.
He left 35-4. Yeah. Well,
I do have to tell you this, Anthony. I get notifications of where people are located whenever they visit my website, and I just had somebody from Mexico visit.
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, for some reason I thought Kingsbury was better there.
No, he never. Go ahead.
No, I was done.
Well, basically, he never succeeded there, but Arizona wanted him because of what he did with Russell Wilson, or not Patrick Mahomes. I don't know why I said Russell Wilson. Okay. Because just getting Patrick, he didn't even develop Patrick Mahomes that well. Patrick Mahomes was a really raw prospect. I don't know. I'm not the biggest Cliff Kingsbury fan. I'm not going to say he's a bad coach. But yeah.
Let me think of who else. I'm gonna have to look at the list of college football head coaches.
I have somebody just asked, "What do you mean by where is the timeout?" If you mean the game time, it's halftime. I'm not sure. If you want to tell me what type of time you mean.
I mean, if you need the world clock, it's 6:53 p.m. here in the Eastern Time Zone of the United States.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. It is halftime, but the game should be back on any minute, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking through this list. Who's done well? Like, I'm just going to throw out some names of just coaches that have done well, and you tell me what you think.
Okay, I'll give you a thumbs up, thumbs down.
I don't think they go with Tom Herman. Willie Fritz, probably not.
He just signed an extension, plus, I don't know. I would like Willie Fritz to a degree, but I don't know if I don't know. Like, he had one good season.
Yeah, well, so Dabo's obviously not leaving Clemson.
No.
Mike Norvell.
That would be an interesting hire. Okay. If Dion is offered the job, if Mike Norvell were to leave, would Dion leave?
What do you say? Sorry, glitched
What are
out.
your thoughts? Do you think Dion Sanders would leave if he got offered the Florida State job if like Mike Norvell went to Michigan?
Yeah. I think he would.
Other thing. I don't think Norvell would leave because is Florida State really that much of a jump up, or is Michigan that much of a jump up from Florida State? Like Florida State's a good program, or Michigan's a good program, but it's harder. It's harder in a sense there than it is at Florida State.
Big Ten money.
Yeah, that is true.
Money speaks, and I mean this new Big Ten deal is huge. Okay, Dave Doran. Again, just throwing names out there.
I doubt it. I don't think Doran is particularly one of the more successful coaches.
I mean, he has been 95 and 58.
He's been solid, but nothing more than solid.
Dave Aranda.
Solid, but he came off a bad year.
True. Again, not a good year here, but Matt Campbell.
I think that Matt Campbell, just with having a bad year, I don't think Matt Campbell particularly wants to leave Iowa State, to be honest.
True. Mike Gundy's not going anywhere.
No, Gundy's been at Oklahoma State forever.
Yeah, Sonny Dykes we already talked about. For sure Neil Brown, eh?
Yeah. Oh, wait, I have it. This is crazy. Really crazy. But Lane Kiffin?
Oh, no, he's already in the SEC.
But I mean, to me, Michigan is SEC, so much better of a program than old.
But still, the SEC and Big Ten. I mean, I don't see there being a reason for him to leave. Maybe
I don't either. But if he's offered the Michigan job, that is one of the premier positions. Like like Alabama, Clemson, Georgia, LSU are the top tier. Don't put Clemson in the top tier. I'm sorry. LSU, Alabama, Georgia are all in the top tier. Then I would say after that, it's Florida, Florida State, Michigan, Texas, Notre Dame, Ohio State. Ohio State may be a tier 1 job. Southern Cal, stuff like that. Like, I don't think Texas is a tier 1 job just because, well, a lot of people, let's just be frank and say that, there's too many booster involvement with that. So it's just like, do you really want to go be the Texas head coach? And if you don't win more than 10 games a season, even if you win 10 games a season, you still could get fired.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to, this is from the Wall Street Journal in 2019. They did a college football value thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Based on program revenue and value. So essentially, if the program had a net worth, if you think of it like that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Texas was number 1. Then Ohio State, Alabama, Michigan, Notre Dame, Georgia, Oklahoma, Auburn, LSU, Tennessee. That's the top 10.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. If Notre Dame was part of a conference, they would probably be a spot or two higher, just because their money deal with NBC only brings in about $20 to $25 million a year.
Yeah. And then after that, I'll just name off a few more. It's Florida, Texas A&M, Penn State, Wisconsin, Nebraska, Arkansas, South Carolina, Iowa, Washington, Michigan State. That's the top 20.
Okay.
So next, this is just another, he's had a good run. I don't think he's proven enough. Maybe Jamie Chadwell?
Jamie
But
Chadwell just took the Liberty job, and he just got a lot of money from Liberty. A lot.
that's
So
true. I'm gonna go and try to find some other names. Dan Lanning, maybe.
I would be like Dan Lanning. What about Chip Kelly?
UCLA's going to the Big Ten.
But Michigan's a better. Is Michigan a better program than UCLA? Probably.
Yeah, they are, but I feel like where's UCLA on this list? UCLA's 24. And
Nobody comes to their games at UCLA.
Yeah, that's true, but they're going to have a lot more people there. I mean, people talk about like fans and all that, but I feel like at the same time, I think it's a lack. Now USC, you can give a valid argument if the Coliseum isn't full, you can make a valid argument. But and this is just based right now. I'm gonna look up on Google Maps here and see how far it is from the UCLA campus to the Rose Bowl.
I believe it's about 20. I believe it's 20 to 25 minutes.
Plus traffic.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have 800,000 people, which is what about the Rose Bowl seats, you have all those people trying to get there, it's going to be a traffic nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that's part of the reason people don't show up is because of the distance. As we were,
yeah. Well, that's why I don't.
I will. Good.
That's why I don't like having college football stadiums off campus. Like the point of college football is that it's on campus. Like I don't like them playing in NFL stadiums or stuff like. That's just what makes college football special is those environments. But I think the game is back on. So if you have any closing thoughts before we get back to the game.
I'm gonna throw 2 more names out.
Okay.
Or actually 1. Sean Clark. And then I'm done.
Sean Clark. Where does he coach at?
App State. He is 26-13 there.
Oh, I don't think that he's good enough. He hasn't. You got to win 10, 11 games at App State to even be noticed.
Yeah, I'm just throwing names out. I'm just throwing them out there. I do want to say though about the stadium thing on campus. Apparently, there's been talk about West Virginia getting a stadium off campus. It wouldn't be that far away, and obviously Morgantown's pretty small. But apparently there's talk about West Virginia getting a stadium closer to the interstate that's more accessible compared to on campus.
Yeah. I don't know if I absolutely hate that because like West Virginia is just a different environment, but I don't know. I'm always a fan of keeping it as close to the campus or on campus as possible.
What do you think? I have to say I like because with the way they have it set up with the end zones and the field painting, I really like the way it looks with the red, white, and blue on the outlining the field.
Are you talking about the Rose Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does look really cool.
I am gonna very quickly look at this though in Morgantown, and then I'll because I was just passing by Morgantown. I think it's only it has to be 15 minutes from the interstate to the stadium max.
Okay. Yeah, we have some more. Yeah, we have some more viewers. So make sure that you put your thoughts in the live chat. Make sure that you vote in the poll. And make sure that you like this video. We're 1 like away from 30. We've been sitting at 29 for a little while, so make sure that you like it. And subscribe down below to my channel. Go check out Short Sorgy Stories. Make sure that you subscribe there. And make sure you go subscribe to another channel that we are in a great community with Stat Sheet Sports.
Oh, yeah. Here, I'm just going to go, like, on my alt account.
So we have got another subscription, though. We're still at 29 likes, so.
Oh, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
All right, cool. It seems my YouTube tab is glitching. So.
Okay. Oh, other thing to add, we have 70 votes in. Penn State is leading 51% to 49%. Hey, Donovan B., you got to make sure you get your Utes fans in there. It's closing the gap. You're closing the gap there. So, but the Utes do get a first down with Cameron Rising running the ball up the middle. So 1st and 10 for the Utes with 12:45 left on the clock. Cameron Rising in shotgun at midfield. As he drops back, Penn State brings the rush, and the ball zips past his running back as the pressure got to him on that pass. So
I think Donovan said he sent it to his friend, so his friend just must be busy. Or something.
Yeah. Well, it's still 51%, 49% with 73 votes in. So it's closing. Got to the 30 like threshold. So thank everyone for liking.
Yeah, I just
as Utah. Okay, that is always appreciated. If anybody has friends like Donovan, make sure that you share it. And a big shout out earlier, Bally Sports put the link up on his channel, so a big shout out to him. Make sure that you go ahead and subscribe over to him as well. Another great YouTube channel to check out. So 3rd and 9 for the Utes at the Penn State 49.5-yard line. Cameron Rising and shotgun. Motions out of the backfield is Tavon Thompson as Cameron Rising gets rid of the ball to his fullback, and the fullback gets about 15 yards. First down, Utes.
Yeah. I'm like a play ahead of you, and what you're about to see is pretty interesting.
Okay. A great job by Rising getting away from the pass rush and being able to get that ball out. That was not an easy thing to do, though I think Anthony will have another play to talk about here in a second. So for me, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Cameron Rising in shotgun again. Tight end once again. A flea flicker play that does not end too well as they lose about probably 9-10 yards on that play. Not a good play there from the Utes.
Man. Do you mind if I give a spoiler?
Go ahead.
On 2nd down there, Rising barely escapes a sack, and the receiver couldn't come down with it.
Oh, wow. If on the flea flicker play, I guess just on the touch pass, if he just looked forward once again, he had a man open in the middle. So.
Yeah.
A great escape by Rising. Oh, man. That was a tough pass to catch, though. That wasn't an easy one. So 3rd and 19 for the Utes, at least for me, as Cameron Rising once again will be in shotgun on 3rd and 19. Hoping to get in field goal range here for Utah. So a good crowd so far. Definitely been a good day for the channel. Gotten about 20 subscribers so far. Make sure that you're subscribing, liking, checking out all the channels. Anthony, if you want to put your channel link in the description, I can go ahead and pin that. My computer won't like me if I open any more tabs. It already really doesn't like me at the moment.
Let's see if YouTube will decide to make that what I just put in a link. Oh, it won't. Okay, well then we're just gonna. I'm just gonna do this. I put your podcast link in there as well earlier.
Okay, yeah.
The Spotify one.
Oh, man. Utah could have had it much closer to the end zone, but bounced right up on the dude.
Yeah. Sometimes I wish we were doing these in person because it would be we'd actually have like good timing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think I'm gonna be in Atlanta next year. Spoiler to the Soldier Stories viewers. But it won't be during football season.
What do you guys plan on doing in Atlanta?
Oh, you can guess. You can take a guess if you
Does this have something to do with, or should I not try to spoil anything?
Here, I'll just put it in the private chat. If you're a Sorgy Stories viewers, if you're one of our viewers, you would know. And if you're not, then you're not going to get what I'm saying at all. I just put it in the private chat.
Okay, I see it. Well, I'm going to go eat dinner, and I'll be back in a little bit. So if you want to keep the viewers entertained, and
I will.
Sure. So we'll have to see it. Utah punted the ball away, but it's going to be an interesting second half for sure.
So. Oh yeah. Okay, everyone, we're back here on the play-by-play. Anthony from Sorgy Stories joining you. 69 if you're watching. We have officially hit the jackpot number on subscribers. 777. How about that? Good to have all of you in here. As this stream is presented by On Redbirds 2015.wixsite.com/Chicago Sports. It's also supported by the Chicago Sports Network podcast page. 79 votes at our public poll. And, Penn State with 52% of the vote. Utah with 48% of the vote. Now we're back. 14-14. Penn State starting at their own 5-yard line. 10-17 left in the third quarter. Clifford audibles. 2 receivers to his right. 1 to his left. 1 back in the backfield on his left side. Receiver or tight end actually moves a little. And he has 2 tight ends, actually. He goes to the second one. I couldn't see him. Keep those comments coming in, folks. 72 of you in here. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't yet. And comment your thoughts. Join the discussion through the chat. 10-13 here. 2nd and 10 from the 5. Clifford. 2 receivers on each side. Quickly audibles. He's got his back to his right. Cloudy, his back goes in motion. Clifford throws for a gain of about 8 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Nittany Lions of Penn State here at the Rose Bowl. A cloudy day in Pasadena, California. Donovan B in the chat says, I think the Utes are going to win. Well, it'll be interesting. Penn State 10-2, Utah 10-3. 3 receivers, it looks like, on the left. 1 on the right, 1 back. It's going to be a run play. And he's going! He's at the 50. He's at the 40. The 30. The 20 to 10. number 10 of the Nittany Lions, Nicholas Singleton, 87 yards to the house. Penn State Nation rejoicing in Pasadena. A beautiful run play, great blocking, and Singleton took it all the way. No one was catching him. 20-14. Penn State leads it now 21-14. A 7-point lead after the PAT. Third quarter. 9 minutes and 25 seconds remain. We'll be back right here on Chicago Sports Network YouTube, presented by the website and the podcast. And after the break, we are now back here on Chicago Sports Network Live. The Rose Bowl game presented by Prudential. The stream is presented by our redbirds2015.wixsite.com/Chicago Sports. Go check it out. Great content there. And now Penn State kicks off as they're up 21-14. It's going to be a touchback. 9:21:5 left in the third quarter. The number 11 Penn State Nittany Lions. They're 10-2 against the number 8 Utah Utes. 10-3. It's going to be a great game to the finish here. The late, great Franco Harris, who passed away just a few weeks ago, won a Super Bowl in this building, I think, in the Rose Bowl, not in the at the Sorgy Sports Studios, but at the Rose Bowl. Penn State honors him. They all wore 34 Franco Harris jerseys from his college days. Rising with a throw to a fullback, it looks like number 32. Who's that be? Yes, the tight end / fullback, Logan Kendall, a senior from Cheney, Washington, Idaho, it seems like, maybe a border town. So 2nd and 10, 9:20, Rising in shotgun. One receiver in motion. He hands it off to the running back for a gain of 3 yards. 71 watching, 34 likes. Hit that like button, everyone. 86 votes on the poll, and it still sits 52% Penn State, 48% Utah. On 3rd down here, Utah 6 for 10 on the day, 8:50 and counting left in the 3rd quarter. Rising in shotgun, 2 receivers, 1 back. Rising runs for the 1st down himself all the way out to the 42-yard line. 1st and 10, Utes. Three guys collide there with Rising. Last Rose Bowl, he was obviously injured. And Rising falls to the ground. Not good. The star quarterback last Rose Bowl, as I said, he was injured. And it seems like he is again. As we are here, Cam Rising. And the last year's Rose Bowl, he suffered a what injury? Utah fans, what was his injury last year? Yeah, prayers, says Roy Powell for sure. As I said, injury history for Rising. Tough to see it. You never want to see it, even if you're a Penn State fan. Head injury. And obviously Ohio State beat Utah in last year's Rose Bowl, partly because of that. Rising, the senior, he does have the COVID year of eligibility. Out of Ventura, California, 6'2", 218 pounds. Seemed like it might have been another head injury, actually. Man, huge loss. Huge loss. 74 watching. Roy says, I'm a Penn State fan and you work all home games. I'm not too far from Penn State. I'm here in Philly at the Sorgy Sports Desk. Anthony from Sorgy Stories joining you, hosting here on Chicago Sports Network. Heroes should be back here in a bit. So I'm a Big Ten guy. I'm from Wisconsin, so I do like Big Ten Rising being helped off the field into the injury tent. And his family visibly upset. But yeah, Roy, if you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button. They do great work here. So Bryson Barnes here coming in for Utah. He's under center, and he's going to fake to the running back on his first play. Throws, and that's going to be an 8-yard completion or so. Oh, incomplete. Looks complete to me. And in last year's Rose Bowl game, he came in for Rising, played pretty well. Utah falls short, but Ohio State's also, they're a really good football team, and they were last year as well. So 2nd and 10, it looked complete to me, but apparently it wasn't. 318 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception on the season for Barnes, the sophomore. 71.1 completion percentage. And Kyle Whittingham, the Utah coach, not looking happy. They're going to run it there for a few yards. You're going to be looking at a 3rd and 4 or so. 85 watching, 34 likes. Hit that like button, everyone. 89 votes here in the poll. 53% say Penn State's going to win this. 47 Utah. And I think that is partly because we see Penn State going up a little bit due to the injury of quarterback Cam Rising. 3rd and 4 now for the Utes. Penn State faithful making some noise with 7:30 and counting left in the 3rd quarter. 1 back in the backfield, a fullback there too. 3 receivers. Under pressure, throws. 1st down and a little bit more. 12-yard gain or so for the Utes. And we're going to be trying to get some updates here on Cam Rising through social media. Utah, Penn State. And if you find out any information, let us know, and we will make sure to fact check it and make sure it's all good. And if it is, then we will we'll for sure let everyone know about it. Game there, Colin Wilson. Let's see if this is. Let's see if this guy is legit. Yeah, Cam Rising is heading to the locker room, and he is a senior writer at Action Network HQ, and a Belenikoff writer. Saying Cam Rising is out of the tent and walking back to the locker room. Deep ball intercepted. Intercepted. Wow. Barnes throws an interception on his first drive. Jair Brown with the pick. First and 10 now for Penn State at their own 42. Fakes to the running back and then runs it. Clifford does. 97 watching. Or 91 now. 34 likes. Hit that like button. Check out the website. Check out the podcast here at Chicago Sports Network. Leave a comment. 89 votes. Still 53-47 Penn State leads in the poll on who's going to win. 3 backs in the backfield for Penn State. 2 receivers. Turns 2 of the running backs into, or 2 really, a fullback and a tight end into blockers. It's going to be a handoff for a gain of about 2 yards, maybe 2.5. 3rd down. I think that this crowd is probably 60-40. And it's raining in Pasadena now. Very cloudy there in Cali, and now the rain falls down. 4:45 left. There's going to be 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 back in the backfield for Penn State. Clifford audibles. Utah moves around a little bit. They reposition themselves. Clifford calls for it. He gets it. Throws. Incomplete. Right off the hands of the receiver. Harrison Wallace, the third, the redshirt freshman from Montgomery, Alabama. 4th and 6 now. And the punting team is going to be coming out, I can only assume, for Penn State. Beautiful throw from Clifford. Just right off his hands and his leg. The punt all the way from the 35 to the 10 or so, 11-yard line. And the returner calls fair catch. So it's going to be a 89-yard drive needed for Utah here. 4:24 left in the third. Cam Rising, the star quarterback of the Utes, is out with an injury. We will be right back here on Chicago Sports Network, presented by our Red Birds 2015.wixsite.com/Chicago Sports. Okay, so we're back with an injury update on quarterback Cam Rising of Utah. The official seems like hold on. I think that I found this top. So at CFB on Fox on Twitter, the official Fox College Football Twitter page says quarterback Cam Rising is being assisted off the field with an apparent leg injury, and that is, again, according to Fox College Football on Twitter, the official account from Fox. Roy, I appreciate it. My dad was a play-by-play announcer. He now works for KYW News Radio here in Philadelphia. So it's natural for me. It's in the blood. What can I say? So we'll take another break now as we wait for the game to return. Actually, we won't go to break. The game is back here. And all of Utah Nation, they all have their phones on. Maybe Penn State fans do too. Can't tell. I thought we were going to have a longer commercial break than this, but we aren't. Okay, so Utah ball. QB just calls for it quick. Going to be a good run there for about 9 yards to number 2. Who is that? That's going to be Micah Bernard. So Bryson Barnes is going to have to lead this team down the field. 2nd and 1, he's under center. Hands it off to the running back for a good amount of yards. There he goes! all the way to midfield. Jackson, number 3 there. How about that? Tristan Hendrickson in the house says, "Hey, go Penn State." I'm neutral here. I'm gonna be giving excitement on both sides of the ball. I'm a Wisconsin / West Virginia fan. I'm from Wisconsin. That's where my dad grew up, and my mom was born and raised in West Virginia. So I like both teams. So I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm just here for good football, and I'm not your host, Chicago Sports Network. I'm Anthony from Sorgy Stories, just filling in. Barnes, sacked. He just fell to the ground, no pressure, and let number 46 there for Penn State. Who's that going to be? That is going to be Nick Tarberton, the redshirt senior from Green Lane, Pennsylvania. Gets the sack there, seems like. 2nd and 18 now. Kyle Whittingham, the coach of the Utes, not pleased with Barnes' performance so far. Shotgun, he's got some receivers going, no running backs, throws, gets about a gain of 4 yards. As we are close to the third quarter, or close to the end of the third quarter, almost into the fourth quarter, 2:35 here left in the third. Barnes looks over to the sideline. 3rd and 13. A big play here for the Utes. They're down a touchdown. .220 and counting. 4 receivers, 2 on each side, 1 running back, and he's to the quarterback's right. Shotgun. Barnes. Looks. Throws. Got his man for about a gain of 5 yards. 4th and 5 here. 1:55 and counting. Nicholas Perry in the house. Good to see you in here. Says sure is killing it. Well, I don't think you're talking about Barnes. You're talking about me. Thank you. I like to call it the cringiest play-by-play on YouTube. But yeah, so in Penn State territory, Utah is gonna punt it. Almost blocked. And Utah downs it at the 5. And the punter's hurt. Balmeister. He's lying down in pain. Oh! Helmet to foot contact there. Not good. And Whittingham is visibly upset at the referees for not calling it. Merrill Boyd in the house says, "Go, Utah." Getting some help from a teammate. They're going off the field. Your host, Chicago Sports Network, should be back at some point. Okay, so the punter here for Utah. Coming off the field, he's headed to the injury tent. Penn State needs 95 or 94 yards to the end zone. Clifford calls for it quick, makes a quick audible. He's got 1 receiver to his left, 2 to his right, with a running back there on his right side. And he goes to his running back for about a loss of 1. So 101 of you watching, only 38 of you have hit that like button. Make sure to go ahead and do that. Check out the website in the description, and I put earlier the podcast link in here in the chat. 101 votes. 53% say Penn State wins. 47% say Utah wins. Clifford gets the ball. He's going to hand it off again. for about a gain of 4. So end of the third quarter. Penn State 21, Utah 14 on Chicago Sports Network.
Well, hey everyone, it is Chicago Sports Network or Reichley back here. Looks like Anthony has been doing a great job with some of his great commentary. He should be back soon, but I am here with you until he comes back. So we are having Penn State has the ball, 3rd and 4 at their own 12-yard line. Remember, it is the end of the third quarter. And, well, guys, we are just getting into a great matchup, as we've already had so many great matchups throughout this throughout this bowl game, our bowl season, really. So once the game gets back on, we'll do some play-by-play. But for right now, we are just waiting until the game gets back on. So make sure that you put your comments in the live chat to your right. Great to have all of you guys here. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button, like it, subscribe to my channel while you're here. Make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to Sorgy Stories as well. Anthony is the other member of the Sorgy Stories, as well as his dad. And you also have a Stat Sheet Sports, another person on our community here. Make sure that you also vote in the poll that we have going on right now. Who do you think will get the victory, as Penn State is up 21-14? And in our vote, we have 53-47 Penn State over Utah, which looks pretty close to. Hey, how you doing, Anthony?
Good. We got an 88-yard reception touchdown for Penn State. Keandre, I did not get the last name.
That is what we call a house call here. So how it looks like I came back, and you seem to have done a very good job at growing the audience here, up to 113 now. And you seem to be doing better than ESPN, but I don't mean to any disrespect here, but that's not too high of a bar.
Oh man. Keandre Lambert Smith is who that was. 28-14 Nittany Lions now. And so I left. Apparently I've people like my play-by-play.
Well, you seem to be doing a very good job at it. I've enjoyed. I ate dinner and I was listening as I ate, so you definitely were doing a very good job.
Yeah, so I was telling my dad, and I'm calling it the cringiest play-by-play on YouTube. Personally, I don't think it's that good.
Well, there are definitely people that enjoy it, so I'm not somebody that enjoys being able, like, I barely watch my videos over again because I don't like to hear my own voice and stuff like that. I know that I don't have always the best. It definitely watching some of the YouTube channels that I do, like KTO, or like I'm trying to think of some other ones that I watch that just do a really good job. But like even in Always Irish, have you ever came across Always Irish on YouTube?
Always Irish have the greatest rant in YouTube history about the Ohio State.
Oh yeah, that was quite interesting. He is one of the most interesting people on YouTube. Absolutely love him. Great to have him part of the Notre Dame fan base. Especially just those people get annoying when they're not on your side, but they're one of the best people to have when they're on your side. So yeah.
Oh man, but I was saying earlier, it's play-by-play is just in my genes. My dad did minor league basketball in Rockford, Illinois, and D3 football in Wisconsin, and I think he even did like the Little League All-Star game in Milwaukee and some tennis tournament that had some qualification for something.
Okay, so yeah. What was the? I'm interested. What's the Little League All-Stars thing? Who's in it?
It had to have been like just the top players in Milwaukee.
Okay.
I can only assume it wasn't the World Series. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. Well, if you want to do the play-by-play, I can help out with the color commentating, I guess.
All right, so 14-15 here left in the fourth quarter. That's going to be Barnes here still in the game, and that's incomplete. 3rd and 13 now for the Utes. Again, if you're just joining us, star quarterback Cam Rising, number 7 for Utah, is out. And yeah, what was the outcome of the Georgia-Ohio State game? The Dogs beat the Buckeyes.
Though it was definitely a close one, being a 42-41 victory for the Dogs on a game-winning field goal that was missed by Ohio State.
3rd and 13. 2 receivers on each side, 1 running back to the quarterbacks right here. He's in shotgun. He looks. He's scrambling, and he's sacked for about a loss of 3.5.
Utah is not looking good here as Penn State continues to build momentum.
Yeah. And I will say, go check out the our stream here and on StatSheet Sports of that semifinal game. That was awesome, as it ended right at midnight on January 1st. The punt all the way from inside their own 10 all the way. It ends up off a Utah player, and Penn State has it in Utes territory. Guy in the chat says Georgia fans still kissing Ohio State's kicker.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be. What are your guys'? I think I'm gonna. Excuse me. I think I'm going to go ahead and end this poll. I'm going to give you guys about a 10-second, not countdown, but I'm going to give you guys about 10 more seconds to put your thoughts in the poll. There are 112 people here. I know that not everybody's voted, so you got about 5 more seconds, and then I'm going to end the poll and put up a poll of Georgia versus TCU national championship. who you guys think is going to come away with that championship victory. So we are going to end the poll. Penn State will have 57% and Utah will have 43. That's 114 people weigh in on their opinion of the Penn State-Utah game. It looks like that 57% is going to probably end up being right, though. It is not an assured thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least we had 114 votes with now 107 watching. We only have 46 likes, folks. Get those likes up.
Hey, we have 4 likes away. 4 likes away from our 50 goal likes. So go ahead, make sure you hit that like. Hey, we have 107 people here. That means not everybody's hit it. Completely and 100% free. So
make that 117 people watching now. And also get those subscribers. Get that sub count of 777 jackpot number up. Can we? Is it realistic to say? I think we can get 800 if everyone here subscribes.
I'm at 785 right now, so I'm 15 away. So if 15 people can hit that subscribe button by the end of the night, let's make that the goal. 800 subscribers by the end of the night.
Yeah. So while we're here on the break, and I'll try to make sure we get this on quickly. Who we got winning this game of between Georgia and TCU? I'll take Georgia in a close one, and then I'll let you get to your pick.
This is the problem I have is TCU is. Oh man, I like TCU. I will be rooting for TCU. I agree with Roy Powell. Be rooting for the Frogs. I don't know. I think TCU showed that they can hang around with the big dogs. And I don't know. They beat Michigan and they were about 8-point underdogs, 7.5. I'm picking the Horned Frogs. It looks like we have a lot of Horned Frogs fans in the audience. We have 4 votes for the Horned Frogs and none for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I don't have a dog in the fight. As it's 2nd and 10 now for the Nittany Lions after a run that got them nothing.
I didn't know you joined the comedy routine as well there with your dog in the fight comment.
No pun intended at all whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Utah adjusting. Clifford trying to pick up on it. No receivers to his left. Actually, there was one, his tight end. He goes deep to the 30, and he's got a man at the 20. That's going to be Harrison Wallace III, the redshirt freshman out of Montgomery. He's had a big play before earlier in the second half, I think. And, yeah, he's been a really good player today for Penn State.
Yeah, it seems like every time you continue with your play-by-play commentary, we keep getting more people at 120 now. So, hey, we have some more.
Good.
Or go ahead.
Clifford and shotgun, one receiver on each side. He's got plenty of blockers. He's just going to throw, get the ball off. He'll get a first down inside the 10. Red zone alert. Penn State has it at the 10. Go ahead.
Well, we are now closing in on the subscriber goal as we're about 15 away. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you go check out Sorgy Stories as well. They have some great content. Any content that you guys got coming out in the next couple of days?
I could only assume that we're going to be doing Lions-Packers on Sunday night.
Okay. Yeah. Expect another Grassy raid there?
No, we've already gotten raided twice. I always hope for it. I always hope he runs out of people to raid. But I wouldn't expect it. Clifford runs it himself. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. He's down at the 1.
2nd and goal for the Nifty Lions at the 1-yard line. Penn State continues to drive and wear out this Utah defense that looks to be a little bit exhausted and a little bit on the back foot, as this touchdown could seal the game for the Nifty Lions.
Okay, there. Sorry. Voice got choked up for a sec. I don't even know why. I just started coughing. And that's going to be touchdown Nittany Lions.
Yeah, I think Merrill Boyd is right. Utah has not done well, though losing their star quarterback in Cameron Rising definitely doesn't help.
Haven't we seen this story before? Cam Rising comes out and Utah sells the bag.
Yeah, well, that happened last year, did it not?
Yep, it did. In the Rose Bowl against Ohio State.
Yeah, that's true. Wow. Though this Rose Bowl I don't think is going to be as close as the last one, so.
No, not at all. That was a great game last year. I remember streaming that over on Soldier Stories.
Yeah, it truly was. It really was a good game. Last year there were a lot of good games between Ole Miss and Baylor, Penn State, or not Penn State, I'm sorry, Utah and Ohio State. The playoff games weren't as interesting. Georgia blew out Michigan, and Cincinnati played somewhat competitive, but not really against Cincinnati. Or against Alabama, sorry.
Yeah, Nicholas, which kid? Which kid? Because I mean, we're both technically not 18. So which one are you talking about? And I think we're both relying on Google for the most part here. I mean, I had the Penn State and Utah rosters open on my computer. I don't watch much of these two teams.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think I've watched 2 Utah games this year and a Penn State game. That's about it.
Yeah, about same here.
So it definitely. I know a lot of all the commentators that do these games. They get about a week of prep, if not more, for the bowl games of just watching film and looking at the rosters and stuff like that, memorizing numbers. So I can definitely say that it is quite impressive to be able to do this and stuff like that at times. So, though it also does make us look a little bit not so professional at times too.
Well, here's the thing people need to understand. My dad always says this since he works in the media. Every great broadcaster puts a day of work in for every hour that they're going to be on television with research.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty fair.
So it takes a lot of dedication and time in between school and, I mean, I'm a moderator on a lot of college football YouTube channels. And I'm trying to see if any of you, I might recognize any of you. Don't think I do. Do any of you know the voice of college football? Mark Rogers over there, or, you know, Golden Blue Dude, Uncle Lou, Pigskin Pete, any of those channels, I'm there a lot. So, man, I like the national park theme that they've got going a little bit with the floats for the Rose Bowl. I saw one representing your home state of Illinois.
Oh, nice. What was it talking about with Illinois? Not much there, but prairie land and grass.
It just had the like the lettering Illinois and probably some grass around it. Hey, it does have Chicago though. It does have Chicago and Springfield.
Okay. Yeah, that does make sense. So.
And good old Champaign, former home of the Chicago Bears.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that and Decatur.
Yeah, Decatur also there the Bears at one point. Okay, well, we're back here. Pasadena, California, Penn State, and Utah. The Nittany Lions.
Utah has to get a touchdown here if they want any shot at getting back in this game.
Yeah. The kickoff from the 35. It's going to be all the way back into the end zone. Touchback. Roy Powell says OMG. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it's referring to specifically. I saw it a couple minutes ago, but
Let's see, Cam. I'm gonna see if I can get any update on Cam Rising.
We got didn't we send Stat Sheet Sports and Lincoln to be our sideline reporter?
I think that he had some last second work issues come up. I don't know if he couldn't get on the flight or what. But he works a side job.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's what happens when you're in high school. You have other work to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you're in high school and you're a sideline reporter, you don't get paid that much.
Yeah. That is very true.
Oh man, 10:29 left in the fourth. It is a multi-score game. Now I have a question: who is more famous, Sean Clifford or his ex-girlfriend Katie Feeney, the TikToker, YouTuber, influencer that does a lot of football content?
I'm not sure. To be honest, I don't know much about his girlfriend or his. So.
Yeah.
Or his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, she's actually she works with the Commanders on their social media team in Penn State. She's probably at this game. She's she was a student at Penn State at least. I don't know if she still is.
Okay.
All right, 2nd and 19 for the Utes. Kyle Whittingham. Nervous. We talked about him earlier. He might. Let's see. When you said every hour of broadcasting takes 8-hour day. Yeah, that's what good broadcasters do. There goes Barnes. Just scrambling, finds a man, and complete. Yeah, so I don't do 8 hours of research at all. And man, we're running into the freaking Bills Bengals game. That's about to start here in a few minutes on ESPN. Because
if we got like 2 hours of research in on a game, then like that would be a high level point.
Yeah, I mean, when I got interviewed by the Young Guns of college football, they've got a YouTube channel, and I mean, I did 20 minutes of research on Wisconsin, 20, 30 minutes. Yeah, Tom Grossi's already live for Monday Night Football. Okay, so 3rd and 19, not rising. Barnes gets sacked, back to zone 5. Utah's. Is it possible that Utah's going to take a safety in the end zone because their punter might run out of the back of the end zone?
I would be shocked, but anything is possible.
Hold on. Bengals, Bills. Oh, they did move back to 8:30. Okay, never mind. Usually it's an 8:15 kick. Thank you, Merrill. I did not know that. The punter's literally on the back of the end zone. He stays in. Punt all the way to the 52, and the returner takes it out. He's at the 50. He'll be tackled at the 49 of Utah. That returner could be 2 guys. It's either Cam Miller, the quarterback, or Mitchell Tinsley, the wide receiver.
I think it's Mitchell Tinsley. I don't quote me on that, but I think that's who it is.
Tinsley's the redshirt senior, so I can only assume that it's him. Out of Lee's Summit, Missouri. Has anyone heard of Lee's Summit, Missouri? That's a question.
I have not. I haven't. So.
Yeah. And also, properly, Sweet Caroline was played at the Rose Bowl, as Penn State tradition says. When Wisconsin was in the Rose Bowl, they didn't play jump around, sadly.
Say again?
I said when Wisconsin was most recently in the Rose Bowl in 2011, and my dad covered it. Not 2011. Were they in the Rose Bowl in 2011? I think they were. Whenever my dad covered it, they didn't play it jump around.
Interesting.
Fourth quarter. Yeah.
So I'm going to make a quick broadcasting announcement of make sure that you vote in the national championship poll that we have TCU versus Georgia. Right now, TCU is in the lead 52-48. 23 votes are in, and as Roy Powell says, it is closing in. Make sure that you let your voice be known. There's 93 people here. Go ahead. It's absolutely free. Make sure that you just go ahead, pick who you think is going to win the national championship. We'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are, and put any questions that you may have or thoughts in the live chat. Great to hear from all sorts of people, a lot of new people today. So,
oh yeah. And as we've just passed 8 o'clock, I want to give another huge shout out to. Make sure you check this out. It's in the description as well. ourredbirds2015.wixsite.com/Chicago Sports. That's the website, and I put it in earlier, and I'll put the link in again. Go check out the podcast if I can get that. Here I'm gonna.
I will be frank and say that the podcast has been a little bit lackluster this year. Not too many episodes. It's really been, as a senior in high school, it's quite busy. There's a lot going on and stuff like that. Getting ready for colleges, taking SATs, ACTs, all of that. I want to say fun stuff, but I don't even know if I can be sarcastic about that. So it's a lot of work. I'll be glad as I get into the second semester and things will probably start to calm down a little bit. I say that and then they'll probably not, but oh well.
And as Penn State takes over the ball and Clifford gets sacked, Cam Rising is out of the locker room, walking back onto the field in plain street clothes, a hoodie, and athletic pants. Can you hear me? Okay, so it seems as if we might have just lost Chicago Sports Network for a second, but I'm just going to carry on with play-by-play. Yeah, at least he's okay. Obviously, it'd be great to see him come back into the game. CSN, can you hear me? Okay, so over there in the studio down in South Carolina, they are dealing with technical difficulties. But we're still here at the Sorgy Sports desk in Philly. 3rd and 11 for the Nittany Lions. Clifford in shotgun, 2 receivers on each side, 1 back on one side. Everyone looks over at the Penn State sideline. They audible. Penn State Utah responds. One of their defensive leaders talking to his guys. Oh, and there goes Clifford. He's going to run for about 5 yards. 4th and 5. Penn State's going to, I don't know what they do here. I mean, 4th and 5, you're up 3 touchdowns. Obviously, no need to go for it. So, punt team's going to come on. Oh, man. 6:25 and counting here. The punt. All the way back to the 10. Oh, it's saved! Penn State downs it at the 1. Did they save that one? So, Chicago Sports Network will be right back. Tell me, 91 watching, did they save that? I couldn't tell. It looked like they did to me, but I could be wrong. Roy, what kind of device are you using? I can tell you that way. Because, I mean, I'm on a computer and I can see the screen here. And it should just be, if you're on a computer, it should be right below the title next to the live chat. And it seems as if our host is back. You there?
Yep, I'm back. So sorry about that. Had to get something quick done. But what's going on in the game? It looks like Penn State punted the ball back to Utah.
Yeah, and it seemed as if, I couldn't tell, but it seemed as if Penn State downed it at the half-yard line.
Yeah, definitely.
I could be wrong, but it seemed like it. I don't know if it went into the end zone or not.
On ESPN, it's showing that it's down at the Utah 1.
Okay. Sonny Stubbs is in the house.
Is this one of your viewers, Anthony?
No.
Okay. I don't know. So,
man.
Well, now that I'm back, the national championship poll is back to 52-48. TCU in the lead, 31 votes in. Make sure that you let your voice be known by going ahead and voting in that poll. It is 16-15 vote-wise, so very close.
Yeah, I'm going on my alt account to make it 16-16.
Well, I'm gonna go on one of my alternate accounts and go ahead and vote for it. I can't vote on my regular one, so
yeah. Da-na-na-na-na. Okay, well, we have Barnes under center, hands it off to the running back, gets a few yards. That's gonna be Jaquindon Jackson, the redshirt freshman out of Dallas.
So let's see here. Make sure that I do want to say that we will be having a lot of mock drafts coming out in the next couple of days. I have a mock draft of the NFC North coming out. I think you'll enjoy that one, Anthony. Me and Lincoln did a one. Me and him teamed up with the Vikings and the Lions and picked together, and I picked the Bears and he picked the Packers. So.
Yeah, I think at some point this month I'm doing something with him on his channel for the Packers.
Okay, yeah. I definitely have some interesting content coming out with that. So TCU's building up a little bit of a lead here with the voting. We'll see if it continues. Let me check. 57-43, TCU's now in the lead. It looks like some TCU fans came in.
Yeah, well, I'm going to ask everyone in the chat. This is a 3-score game. Do you want us to continue with the play-by-play, or do you want us to just kind of hang out and have a good time? I'm going to modify the saying, but the viewer is always right. For the most part. As it will be 2nd and 10 for the Utes now. Roy says, blast that troll. There's not a troll here. I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, unless Sonny is a troll.
Possible.
I don't know what. There are plenty of Sonny Stubbs in the world.
If it matters at all, Hendon Hooker officially declared for the draft today, a couple of minutes ago. That one was via Scotty B, had that on his YouTube page.
Okay, well, someone is mad that that we're not talking about the game in the chat, and YouTube automatically hid them. That's pretty funny.
Oh, I'll have to see this. Oh man.
Oh man. No, we didn't hide you. YouTube did. Wild. That was all on YouTube. They're gonna call DPI. Yeah, they're gonna call DPI. 15-yard penalty, first down. Alright, so 3:55 left in the fourth quarter. 35-14. I think I'll just go ahead and go back to my thing. 3 receivers to the left, 1 running back to the quarterback's right, and actually 1 receiver on the right. He's going to throw to the running back. I said, okay. 2nd and 2. Utah doesn't have a chance this late in the game, do they? Second and 2. Barnes under pressure throws. Caught by a Penn State player, and he's running. He's at the 30. Caught by an out of bounds Penn State player, just to be sure. It was just some dude on the bench that caught it and then started running to have some fun. CSN, you there?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was just chuckling to myself about your commentary.
Oh, what, the 30 to the 20 to the 10?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. But he just grabbed the ball and started running. Barnes looks almost intercepted by number 41, who tips it. That's gonna be Kobe King, the redshirt freshman out of Detroit, with the deflection, and then also tipped by Makai Cope, the redshirt freshman from Culver City, California.
Well, I'm going to make one more all call for subscriptions. I am only 3 subscribers away from 790, so go ahead. I know somebody hasn't hit that subscribe button, so go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead, check out Sorgy Stories, help them get the watch hours that they most definitely deserve to go listen to or go watch their content. They are more into the travel and food and have some good streams coming up, so make sure you check them out. And then go check out Stat Sheet Sports, the 3rd member of our team that was going to have a live stream but had some other things come up on his channel. So we will have some more content coming out tomorrow. I will have a mock draft coming out pretty much every single week until April. So
yeah, so on Utah's final call for their final attempt to win, they get stopped. So Penn State's just going to run it down their throats for a first down on 1st and 10. That's going to be number 38. Tank Smith, the redshirt junior at Pittsburgh. As it is raining, pretty hard, it looks like.
Well, we got 40 votes in the championship poll, and TCU is leading at 55% to 45%. So interesting poll results there.
Yeah, Roy says, gonna have to leave chat. Nice job. It was very nice meeting you and listening for the first time. Go Penn State and go Frogs.
Well, before you leave, Roy, we may have a national championship coverage. I will probably have the game cast up, but commentary is iffy. I'll give it that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a late game. What
Maybe.
time does it start? 8:15.
Yeah, around that is my guess.
Yeah,
I'll have maybe some first quarter, first half commentary,
I
maybe,
was gonna
but
say I might be there for the first quarter, and then I'm going to bed. As let's give a round of applause. A great career for Sean Clifford, as it's his curtain call. The Penn State faithful giving him a round of applause. He's hugging his teammates, tearing up. His last game, and he 31 wins at Penn State. That's tied for most in school history, along with Trace McSorley.
so what is we'll talk about Sean Clifford a little bit here. Do you think that his career at Penn State was a disappointment, a success, just about what everybody expected? That's the first question, and then the second question is where does he get drafted at, if he does at all?
Answer to question number one. I think he did well compared to the expectations. And number two, I don't think he gets drafted.
Okay, I think that's pretty fair.
Maybe a UFA, maybe an undrafted free agent.
Yeah, I could see around 7 to UDFA. I don't think he gets too many job offers. I think he's a solid college quarterback, but I don't think he's exactly what most NFL scouts are looking for. But again, it also depends on what happens in that draft. Like if you have a bunch of quarterbacks go and there's not many left in the 7th round, you could see somebody take him.
Yeah, so coming into backup Clifford. Now is hold on. Drew Allen, the freshman from Medina, Ohio. So back-to-back Ohio quarterbacks, it looks like. If this is the future guy, I mean, Sean Clifford from Cincinnati and Drew Allen from Medina.
Very interesting. Penn State. What are your thoughts on Penn State going into next year?
Next year the Big Ten still has divisions, right?
I have absolutely no idea. Let me look it up.
Okay, because that will decide my thoughts on them.
They will keep divisions in 2023 and 2024. They will get rid of them.
Okay, this is my take then. Anywhere from a 3rd place finish to a 6th place finish in the East.
Okay, I could see
3rd to 5th, because I think that Maryland could have a good year and that Michigan State could also have a good year.
Yeah, do you think that Mel Tucker bounces back, or do you think that his job's in a little bit of trouble?
I don't know. I mean, you can't really get rid of him right now because of his huge buyout.
Very true.
I don't know. I really have to think on that one. I think it could go either way.
I agree. I think it definitely could. So we officially hit the 4,000 viewer mark. So definitely been a good stream. At the height of the stream, we had about 123 viewers. So thank you to everyone that participated. Shout outs to Bally Sports Media and Roy Powell for joining us, as well as Merrill Boyd. So thank you to everyone that commented.
Bally Sports Media is the Brewers TV provider. Oh. That's I think is that the Brewers TV provider? I think it is.
Bally Sports Network.
Yeah.
It's possible. There's Ballard and Bally. Bally
Yeah,
being Bally. I think that's how. Maybe they spell
yeah.
it different. I don't know.
Ballard is the guy. It sounded like you're saying Bally on the thing. It glitched out instead of Ballard.
Yeah, well, they're very very similar sounding, so I
They are.
definitely could see that.
Yeah, it had. I was like, is he saying Bally or Ballard? It was a glitch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh
So,
man.
are there
Uh,
any close? Go ahead.
are we ended the stream?
No, no, no. I was saying, is there any closing thoughts that you have on the game?
Uh, Good win for Penn State. You hate to see Cam Rising go down. Hopefully, third time will be the charm next year for him in the Utes.
Oh yeah, definitely. Do you think that if USC was playing in this game, if they won the Pac-12, do you think that they would have been able to beat the Nifty Lions, or do you think that the Nifty Lions would have came home with the victory either way?
Yeah, I think that USC would be. Will for sure be. I think USC would win.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
I agree.
Utah with a little late magic. They're inside the 5.
Okay, maybe getting a score here to make it a little bit more reasonable, make it 21-35.
At this point, Barnes just proving himself that he can be the future quarterback. I feel like.
Yeah, he definitely he could use the reps because well, Rising has definitely taken the majority of them.
Well, this is what I'm gonna say. If you got here at the end when we weren't talking about the right topic, then that's on you because we gave play-by-play almost the entire way through. So,
Oh yeah, we've been a little bit more off topic because well, we're not ESPN and this is
yeah,
not exactly what most of us wanted for a bowl game, at least in the Rose Bowl. At least it was not a very close game. So sorry if it's a little bit off topic, but just know that we're not probably going to give you the most on topic advice for 3 hours long.
well, I mean, I think we did a good job though with the play-by-play. I think just when Cam Rising came out and got out of hand, what are you gonna talk about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, Wild obviously got here late, because we gave. If you go back, I gave play-by-play, um, for the first quarter, decent amount of the second, and through essentially the entire third quarter.
Yeah. And it was some pretty good play by play. I'll add that.
It was the cringiest play-by-play on YouTube. No, actually, I did get a few compliments. I think it was all right, but we did have play-by-play. But when the game gets out of hand, even ESPN's not going to be talking in depth about the game as much as they were before.
Yeah. So a couple of notes around college football. Miss State and the Mike Leach remembrance game beat Illinois 19-10. Any thoughts on that game before moving on to the LSU Purdue beatdown?
Wow. I mean, what a way that game did, especially with that for Illinois that was intercepted by Mississippi State.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what Wild is talking about. The game wasn't particularly close. Once Cam Rising went out, it it definitely was a little bit out. It never seemed like Utah was going to come back in the game. Sorry, Donovan B. I'm sure you're a little bit dissatisfied with that, but I wouldn't say this is a particularly close game. Like Penn State has definitely dominated ever since the fourth quarter.
Yeah, yeah. As I said, it was close, and we did when it was actually competitive. We did play by play of it, so you can go back and you can find that if you want in depth play by play, when it's not close, that's where you go to ESPN, because at a certain point, when you have two people that can talk about sports for hours, sports that has nothing to do with this game at all, you're gonna get sports talk because, well, yeah.
We'll guarantee this. We'll guarantee you some sports talk, but we won't guarantee you the most in depth. We're not exactly what you're going to look for in the most professional broadcast of all time, but we're going to give you entertainment for 3.5 hours. We can give you that.
Yes, it play by play when it's entertaining, and then when the game doesn't get entertaining, we bring you the entertainment. I'll put it that way.
Well, we will say, Wild, it did become a little bit of closer game. Utah getting a touchdown to make it more respectable.
Kick it.
Did Utah get it?
No, but there was a flag.
Is it going to be offsides on Utah, or is it on Penn State?
Well, we'll find out. It seemed Penn State celebrating. I think they just clinched this.
Well,
and
if they
Sean
did,
Clifford was yelling at James Franklin.
Who's yelling at James Franklin?
Sean Clifford.
Why?
I don't know. He just yelled something at him. Now he's standing next to him. Oh, are they gonna say that Utah got this? Oh no, Penn State has it. Never mind. Okay. And Penn State players are slowly inching towards Sean Clifford with a big bin of roses. And that's it. And Gatorade and roses are on James Franklin, and he is hugging his players.
Well, that ends the 2023 edition of the College Football Rose Bowl. Any closing thoughts before we close this out here, Anthony?
Well, great game for 3 quarters.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely was.
I will say very quickly, though, that Sean Clifford, a great career, we'll see Cam Rising next year with the Utes. And yeah, it's time for Monday Night Football. We won't have that here, but I'm excited to watch the Bengals and the Bills. Gonna be a good game.
Okay, well, that will wrap it up. Make sure that if you are here, make sure you subscribe to the channel here. Hit the notification bell. Subscribe to Stat Sheet Sports, the third member of the team, our sideline reporter that we believe, I think, has gotten stuck in LA traffic, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then the great Anthony, play-by-play reporter. This is Reikley Ruby signing off as your color commentator with Anthony Sorgi, your play-by-play announcer.
Have a great night. And